holy, what the F, Batman. This entire episode opens up on a banger, and I need to see the rest of this in English. I need to watch all of it, which I am going to do when it hits Netflix. But dear God, is this episode freaking amazing. The amount of backstory that we have had me engrossed in a long time, and the actions to everything is kind of pulling off, and it's just fantastic. This makes me so excited for tomorrow's episode that I can't wait. I am really looking forward to this. I'm just so excited about this episode. So it opens up on Area 62 being attacked, and I don't know what's happening. Everyone is just scrambling to get away. And my previous theory of maybe someone uses the ray that erases memories and replaces them was there. This isn't. It's basically Tarek Centaur, I hope I got a name right, is basically trapped, and they have to give Amelia up. And I was just like, holy shit, that is heartbreaking. That is truly heartbreaking to see what is happening. They'll never see their kid again. And I was just like, oh my God, like, this episode is one of the best ones they've done in the series for sure. Also, I'm kind of liking that Buzz Blast is this entire kind of central news thing. I will point out, I have just remembered before I carry on with Buzz Blast, that seeing Amelia tell everyone that she is from RAFCON is really surprising, because when she says, hey guys, I'm from RAFCON, it looks like Zato and Iron are like, holy shit, this is fucking fantastic. And having that kind of interaction at the very beginning before we get to the music intro, you know, they're kind of really excited, and Pop Pop explains a lot of things that has gone on, and I just really like this. It feels like a moment. I will say what kind of ruins it a little bit in my eyes is the fact that Pop Pop's constantly burping, you know, and I'm guessing he's like, oh sorry, it must be that liquid. I feel like this is such a big moment, and adding the burps in and stuff kind of lowers it down a little bit, but the rest of the episode makes it tremendously amazing. So kind of going back to Buzz Blast, having like Jane and J-Bug talk and say like, hey, call the Ranger hotline, but then Mucus and Void Queen just teleport in, really made me go, oh, that's really weird. And how like weird it is just them standing there like you're at a Comic-Con and you take a photo and suddenly like just two other people have just randomly come in shot and you're like, oh shit, and you didn't see them. That's how it kind of pointed out to me, at least. So again, fucking amazing thing for what it is. The way that Void Queen literally says, hey, these are all the Sporix, they surround her, they turn her into like a cocoon, and all the energy. One thing I would have really liked is if all the monsters were about the city, that they would be drawn to her, that they would want to go there and either transform back into their Sporix form to kind of give the energy to Void Queen. So seeing that, that's what I kind of wanted to see. But as soon as the monsters are destroyed, basically the Sporix beast thing, the membrane, whatever, goes into Void Queen. So it doesn't matter what happens if the Rangers destroy all of them, Void Queen's going to get that power. And it's really sad to see Mucus go, because I thought Mucus would have been like around for a very long time, or one of those monsters that escapes. But as she kind of destroys herself by accident, I was like, oh, okay, but you see that her, Mucus goes straight into her. And I'm hoping at some point that Mucus would just literally come out of Void Queen or whatever monster that happens and hits the ground. And it's like, oh, I'm back. And it's like, ha 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 type thing, and either joins the Rangers or just kind of disappears off. So I'm kind of hoping that does happen. The reason why I like this so much is it feels like it's a moment. It's the danger moment. Like everything is riding on this right now, and everything has to happen. So seeing this, seeing the Rangers kind of a little bit scared, a little bit rushing everything, really adds to the danger. And I kind of really want this most of all. And like something big is going to happen. But I will say, like, watching the next part where all the Rangers go off and Pop Pop goes like, oh, I've hurt myself. It did make me kind of think, oh, is Pop Pop doing that thing where he doesn't want anyone going to Area 62? And we've seen it previously. But it just feels like he's going like, oh, Amelia, you can't go. Don't go out there anymore. But in theory, he's like, this is what happened. This is the rest of the memories. This is what you need to find for information on your parents. And thus sends her off. And I kind of like it because it's a nice moment where she's like, thank you. and just teleports out. But I will kind of add it to it that she wears the radiation suit, which makes me think that Pop-Pop's like, you wear that radiation suit. But it's not really used a lot because mainly when Amelia gets in the base, and I will say something about the base in a moment, but then having to take it all off to kind of, it gets ripped. But seeing a Ranger in the main base is really exciting. I don't know if it's been done a lot over time, but I really like it. And it kind of gave me flashbacks to when Tommy and Kat went to the moon base to get the Zeo crystal. Seeing that sort of danger, the Ranger being in the bad guy lair, really, really adds to this. It just makes it a lot more special. Now, there is a part where Amelia is about to go more deeper in the base, but then the warden turns up and he's like, oh, Amelia. Now, I don't know what's being said, but I'm sure it's trying to kind of say, hey, get out the base. You don't need to be in here. But then seeing Slifer transform, because obviously he's mimicking him, it just doesn't make sense. It would make more sense if it was Izzy and Harvey, but it doesn't make sense with Amelia. Now, I thought that he would have been Pop and I hurt, and he's like, come on, we've got to go. That would have made more sense. But I feel like in this one, it's just a bit But we get a fantastic Ranger fight, a civilian fight that everyone's been asking for. And it really works with the entire story. Slifer obviously hits the Morpher, the kind of communicator, which stops her obviously calling it. So seeing a proper fight, I like this. I would have liked to see more, but I like the fact that when Simon says, hey, this is basically when the episode calls for it, that's what I'm all for. That to me is exactly for what I want. So yeah, I'm really hyped for seeing this sort of fight. And then the Rangers coming in later on and just attacking Slifer, which then causes him to run away. Now, I will mention that Wreckmate is now destroyed before the Rangers get there. They take out Wreckmate, which I'm not really fussed about. I feel like he was there, and then they didn't need to use him, so he's overstayed his welcome. He's outlived his usefulness. So seeing him get destroyed was absolutely perfect. I was happy. I was like, I don't really care for Wreckmate. It's not one of my favorite bad guys. He looks cool, but it just really annoys me. Now, with Slifer teleporting out, I don't know if we're going to see him in the last episode or if he's cheesed it, he's run away. It would make more sense if he runs away, but if he comes back in the last episode, it'd be kind of cool, but we're going to see. I think he's just cheesed it, but we'll see by tomorrow or whenever, I don't know. But as I mentioned before, seeing the Rangers look around the base, actually come into the main area where the bad guys have been all the time, was fantastic. This is what I generally really like. But then seeing Void Knight come out of nowhere because he's grabbed Amelia's kind of net gun thing and uses it on it, and I feel like that's a haha, I finally got you back for what you did to me such a long time ago. Now, seeing how Void King transforms back to Terek, I was under the impression it'd be something like, yeah, she literally puts a hand on him and thus therefore tells him or gives them memories of what he's learned. But seeing Amelia tackle him to the ground and be like, no, and then showing all that information that she's been told from Pop and Terek transforming back, that I generally really liked. That made it a special moment. And you can see him when he's talking, like, are you my daughter type thing, and being like, what? And then Amelia telling him everything really made this special to me. I absolutely fucking loved this. Seeing in Terek's mind what has happened, how he built the Sporix energy machine, how he found the night power, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, because you just see it as it's red. Now, I think I would have liked to have seen a bit more of this, how the kind of weapon would turn purple, because now we have a Dino Saber that is literally in a case. So did the Morphing Masters leave it there? Did they actually put it there? Or is this something different? I really want to know, and I think the Morphing Masters may kind of explain it in the last episode, because I know that they turn up. But I'm just really fucking excited about this. It kind of ends with the Rangers being told that they've got to get back to the city. So I think something big is going to happen, and something will happen in the episode. But seeing all of this was fantastic. I think this is one of the best lead-ups that we've had in such a long time, and I'm here for it. I just think, damn, I need this. I need more of these sorts of episodes in my life. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm going to leave it there. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価 お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。